All right, so in this video, I wanted to bring you guys a detailed look and comparison between the replica pair of Off-White Air Jordan 1s and the original pair that ended up releasing. I do have the sample pair, luckily, up here that I'm going to be showing you guys as well in this video. But really, I just wanted to show you guys what these things look like and how close they were to the real things and some of the differences that I found next to the two shoes. So first things first, we have the tags. This says the Air Jordan 1 X Off-White NRG, white, and then it says the code right here. This one actually has a, looks like they put a sticker over top of a sticker on here, which is interesting. This is actually the authentic pair, size 11.5. And then the replica pair, it looks very similar. As you can see here, Air Jordan 1 Off-White NRG. From a distance, obviously you guys are looking and they look pretty much exactly the same. I gotta tell you, it feels pretty close to the real box as well. Sometimes you get those replica boxes and you can just tell instantly. I'm like the Yeezy boxes, there's no question they're fake. But this is like a specialty box and they really kind of nailed it. So they have the pull-up lid as well, as you can see here, with the clear plastic underneath it. And a little bit stiffer to pull up. Let's see how this one is. Yeah, so pretty much exactly the same as this. I mean, this feels and looks pretty much, it really looks identical, to be fair. All right, so moving on, we have the inside of the box, which is where the shoes are, obviously. And both of them have a real similar type of paper. So let's take a look at this. I'm gonna pull the shoe out. And then I'm gonna pull this shoe out. All right, so the paper itself, 11.5, you can see the Off-White branding here on the paper. And then it does have a divider inside of the box as well. And the same thing on this one, divider on the box and that Off-White paper. So side by side, they look pretty close, but honestly, this one is a different bold, and then this material is actually thicker and like not as clear, see-through. So interesting, just an odd little difference. So the real laces are the ones that are shaped like this. Fake laces were wrapped like this. And again, just small differences, I'm sure. But they actually look like the same font and everything, and they feel exactly the same. So just throwing that out there. Laces look pretty much the same. This is my fake pair that I got again, and I paid $197 actually for these ones, and they came with a fake StockX tag, which is just ridiculous. And yes, I know that these are 100% fake. They're not unauthorized. They're definitely replica pairs of sneakers. So for anybody questioning it, it's not questionable. They're fake. The other pair, the size 11.5. Now, I just wanted to point out that some of these variances that I can show you might be the exact same variances that you'll see in two authentic pairs. So just keep that in mind. Some of this stuff, I mean, at the end of the day, they are all handmade. So there's definitely some problems that can arise from when they make them. So, you know, not every pair is flawless, even if it is authentic. But they both have their hang tags made in China. And the one on the fake pair has it up higher than the one on the replica pair. Not a big deal, but something to note. At first glance, from a distance, you guys can think that these might actually both be real, but as I pointed out in my unboxing, there's definitely some dead giveaways. This one was pre-laced, first of all, so some Air Jordan 1s come like this. The OG ones do, in fact, but this one did not. It came pre-laced, so I don't know if this was just this pair, if they all come like that. I'm pretty sure that they all come like that because my sample pair came pre-laced as well. So that is one indicator when they just don't come laced. The other big giveaway for me was the tongue. The tongue is actually stiffer than this one. So I don't know if you can hear that difference. It's super noticeable that this is significantly thicker than on the real pair. The leather on the Wings logo is actually a bit softer on the real pair than on the fakes. And if you look at the Wings logo, it was actually embossed a little bit better the way that they did that. Then on this one, there's actually quite a difference there. It's like they literally just put a stamp on this one versus this one. Like in between the spaces and stuff, you don't see the little bumps and whatnot from the leather. Unlike the other pair here, you do see all the little bumps. This is something that I would assumed we would see, but you see here, there's actually less stitching. Like there's only 2 V's right here. But then on this one, you could see that it's not 2 V's. It's like 2 V's and then one extra one. So they did the stitching wrong here and here on the orange cover over. Also, the stitching right here is much bigger than on this one, which is even a bigger shoe. So interesting that this stitching is so large. Even how they stitched all this together right here is different. Here, it's like they use a different thread. Then on the authentic pair, it's definitely like a bigger, thicker thread that comes through this section here. This is a dead giveaway too. This section actually is really, really hard comparison. This sounds hard, but it's actually a little bit more malleable. This is actually much more firm and hard than on this one. You could see it's just easier to bend. So that was like a dead giveaway. It's completely different material. Nike Air logo on both of them. It's a little bit more vibrant on the fake pair in the back here. And also it's just, you could see there's like ribbing in between versus this is like all smooth. The collar is pretty close there. As you can see, it has a raw edge collar on it. And it's actually a double raw edge at the top. And this one has a double raw edge also. So that's actually pretty close. Moving your way to the back of the shoe. The real pair doesn't have to have a pen mark on the shoe lining up the shoe. There's a little pen mark right there. But this section here is actually done pretty well. It looks pretty similar in my opinion. You also do have the same coloring of the off-white midsole and then the white outsole. The off-white branding on this one is definitely a lot thicker and bolder on this than on the replica pair. The replica pair has it a lot more thin and a little bit more uniformed. But I do want to point this out. This is my sample pair and it is really, really close. So that could be something to do with the size, or it's just something that is just different in every single pair. So even the placement is pretty much exactly the same as my sample. And so yeah, that is something to note. And this is a sample pair here. You can see this is a real and this is a fake. So I don't know if you could see the difference up close or not, but this is super hard to move and this is like really easy to move. Real, fake, real, fake. The sample pair, just so you guys know the difference is for this video, Wings logo is gray. This Wings logo is white. And then also my tag here is actually red. And this is a crazy story about these, just a sidebar. Virgil Abloh was actually spotted wearing a pair of these originally, and he actually intended to release this one first before the Chicago ones. He was at an airport and he saw somebody wearing a white pair of Dunks, and he saw them and thought he couldn't tell the difference if they were Dunks or Jordans. And so because of that, he scrapped this one and decided to do the Chicago so they stand out more. And then later, obviously, they ended up re-releasing these ones. But Virgil has actually worn these ones previously, and they had the gray Wings logo on his pair also. So kind of cool, because this is like more or less a sample from the very first run that ended up getting, I guess, scrapped before they ended up redoing them with the white Wings logo. So kind of fun. And I know 1000% these ones are authentic because these ones came directly from Nike. You can also notice even from my sample and the real pair here that this is actually different color here. So this is actually yellowed a little bit here versus the bluish tint to that one. So just showing you guys the difference between these two again. And these are samples, authentic pair, but pretty crazy, man. Pretty cool to be able to have both of these ones. Moving on with the comparison though, the Air logo, you can nitpick on it or not, but the Air logo looks pretty much like it should. I mean, it looks pretty much exactly the same. If you guys see some differences that I'm not pointing out in the video, feel free to chime in the comment section and let me know. This is something that was a dead giveaway, how crazy flimsy this is down here on the bottom of the shoe. It's just, there's no support down here. The real ones, there's still a little bit of give actually to them, but nowhere near the give of the fake pair. You can definitely tell in hand the fake ones versus the real ones. I mean, it's just super easy to see. I forgot to show you guys one last thing, and that is the tags here. The tags from the fake pair are actually like a darker blue than the ones that ended up releasing, and the print is actually a little bit different too on here, but this one is not as flimsy as this one. This one is like super flimsy, so that was like my other giveaway. I knew that this was fake just because of how flimsy this one is, but also the color is different. Just throwing that out there. So that's kind of like an overview of the fakes versus the real ones. At the end of the day, like, the fake ones are getting so crazy good. You can't really tell the difference by looking at them in pictures that they're fake or they're real or not. Like, you really have to get them in hand and then touch them and have a real pair there to be able to go, okay, like, for sure we get that stitching can be off here and there. For sure we get that there could be some blemishes here and there or alignment issues from the, you know, like this is higher here versus this is lower. Those type of things can vary from pair to pair, but the things that they can't fake is the materials. Like, this material here is absolutely different than this material here. This is completely fake. This one is definitely real. But other than that, like, you could definitely fake a lot of people out by wearing these replicas, because people aren't going to go and massively inspect your shoe like that if you're going to be wearing them. Anyway, in summary, man, you got to be careful out there when you are buying sneakers, because you never know what you're going to be getting. At the end of the day, you just got to be careful out there when you guys are buying on the open market, because you don't want to get stung when you think you're going to be buying the real thing. Somebody could be buying these for $200 and bait and switching you. And so it's really a risk. Honestly, that's why I honestly prefer to go through companies like StockX. Now, I know if you see this, you might think, well, the person that I'm buying them from got them from StockX. But that's why I always have to say, you should just be buying them from the source. You should buy them from StockX, or just buying them from a trusted seller that you actually know is legit, because there's too many scammers out there nowadays, man. People are just trying to get rich quick. People are definitely shady as hell out there. So you don't want to get stung buying this replica that somebody bought for $190, bait and switching you for what you think is the real thing and paying $2,000 for the shoe. I mean, it's just ridiculous. So just be careful out there. Don't buy from places that you think are sketchy. And if the price is too good to be true, it probably is. Again, these ones are really close to the real thing. And as you can see, you really have to inspect the shoes very closely to even be able to find some of the differences. So hopefully you guys are staying woke out there. Just be alert and just don't get stung when you guys are making really expensive purchases like this, because I'm hopefully showing you guys, I mean, this is ridiculous. For what they're offering like this, fresh off the replica factories, like, this is insane how close it is. But again, the materials are not exactly the same, and that's really the biggest indicator of everything. Just being able to see it in hand and feel and tell the difference, that there is difference in materials. Some might be close to the same, some are absolutely not the same, and that's just the way it goes. But hopefully you guys again found this video informative, and if you guys did, please hit the thumbs up button and show you guys support on the video, as I did buy this shoe with my own money, $197, and I wanted to do it to compare, since I did have the real ones to compare it to. There's no point in really buying these and trying to legit check them if you don't have a real pair next to you to really do the look over and see. So I can't do this with every shoe, but when I do have one, it is fun to be able to point out some of the obvious differences. If I missed anything, leave some comments and let me know. And leave some comments in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think about the replicas in general. I mean, I know some people are going to rock with them no matter what. That's totally fine on you. But for me personally, I'd rather just buy the real thing. And I'll leave it at that. Thank you guys for watching, though. Much appreciated. Subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. Notification bell to be notified of when the videos go live. And at this time, if you guys want to watch any of the other videos on the screen, feel free to do so. Have a great rest of the day, and stay safe out there buying sneakers. Peace, guys.